Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Limited Addiction Podcast. My name is Frankie.
My name's Daniel. We're here to talk about all things nerdy.
Once again.
A lot of stuff. Again, depending on what you like.
Good time to be a nerd.
It's a horrible time to be a nerd when you don't have money.
That's true.
I guess that was any time, not just right now. So, what's going on with you, Frankie?
Oh, a lot of stuff.
All right, good story.
Yeah, good story.
All right, on to the podcast. And just jump right into it. Movies, you know, they're the big thing for the fans these days. That's awful. I'm not cutting that either.
Leave it in.
Everything stays. That's our philosophy.
No cuts.
Welcome to Frankly Done Network, where everything stays. Can't get exclusives here because we don't have any.
But yeah, movies.
Movies? Alright, so the Fantastic Four movie, I don't even know what day it is. We're about 2 months. I'll give it a little bit more. A little bit less than 2 months.
I think it's August.
Yeah, I believe it is the Friday of August. I'll say the 9th. Sounds about right. But yeah, so there were some Fantastic Four movies a couple years ago that generally were perceived as terrible.
Yeah, one of the few Marvel movies I didn't see in theaters. I was just busy with school, I think, back then.
I know I saw at least Silver Surfer. I may have seen both, but I was at a outdoor concert during the summer, and it was ridiculously hot, so our escape from the heat for a little bit was to go see movies. So I saw one of the two Fantastic Fours one day. We saw one of the Fast and the Furiouses. I believe it was 3 Fast, 3 Furious the next day.
Tokyo Drift?
Yep, 3 Fast, 3 Furious. So I'll always be known.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for 7 Fast, 7 Furious.
8.
Well, I'm excited to watch it. I haven't watched that one yet.
Neither.
Or 6 Fast, 6 Furious, or 5. No, I saw 5 Fast.
5's good,
Furious. Yeah. No, I'm excited for 8. We didn't really talk about that last week. Not much to talk about it though. But yeah, so
they're taking it away.
Back to the point, yeah. So they went through and they just took them off all streaming networks, iTunes, Amazon. Wow. I believe you can probably still buy the DVDs somewhere.
I will.
Know if they ever came out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, they came out on Blu-ray. Now you're talking about the ones in 2000 because they made one in '94.
Oh, I'm sure that one got. I am talking about the 2000 ones.
Yeah,
so.
The 2000 ones. Yeah, you can buy them on Blu-ray. I only ever saw those on like FX, so to me they've always been not that great because I had to deal with commercials.
Yeah, I own both on DVD, but I mean, in all honesty, it was probably just that like, oh, it's a superhero movie. This is so cool.
Jessica Alba,
Silver Surfer. I like surfing stuff. He's like a surfer of the cosmos. How could this go wrong? But yeah, basically the studio wants us to completely forget that ever happened. So in an effort to do that, they're making it very hard to see those movies, which apparently this isn't an unheard of thing. The reference in the article I was reading was of the Tron movies. Apparently Disney did the same thing with the original Tron, even though that one was a direct sequel to it. So it's not unheard of. Makes sense.
It's the future we're living in when we get rid of physical media. Kind of corporations control what's out there.
It's true.
But then you got the underground hackers.
For the Mad Max facts, I had quite the time finding all of them. I mean, which if I gave myself more than a day to find them, it probably wouldn't have been a problem. But yeah, it's a scary world we live in.
Yeah, that's why people just pirate stuff.
I don't do that. That's illegal.
I don't know how to do it without getting tons of viruses, so I don't even try. Yeah, too old for that stuff.
I've always had a moral stance against it. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't know any better. But I guess it's because, I mean, we both have dabbled in the music industry. You a little bit more than me. And, well, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Oh, yeah?
A little bit.
Give it to me?
2 CDs.
2 albums?
You know. But yeah, that's probably a little bit of it for me is like I've worked in this industry. But yeah, I always remember a Pimp My Ride. It's a show that used to be on MTV.
I love that show.
Kids. And Exhibit was going through this guy's CDs, and there was a burned copy of Snoop Dogg. And he was like, "Hey Snoop, I found $5 of yours." And the kid was like, I guess the kid wanted to be a rapper, so it was like, what are you gonna say when people are bootlegging yours? You know, he's like, hey, if they're listening to it, they're listening to it. And it was just like, yeah, until you start needing money. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of it. But yeah, it's a scary world. But speaking of scary worlds, that transition, which isn't as good when you call it out.
Yeah. So you pull up your phone.
Shut up. I memorized this by heart. I'm a computer. This is a computer podcast. No, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, has released their synopsis of the movie, along with fairly new poster. I think it's been out for a couple weeks, along with Superman, and then it's got the bat signal.
Are you gonna read it? Because I think I read it and it didn't seem. Nope. Yeah, very groundbreaking. It's kind of
everyone has the internet. So
yeah.
No. Fearing the actions of godlike superhero left unchecked, Gotham City's own formidable, forceful vigilante takes on Metropolis' most revered modern-day savior, while the world wrestles with what sort of hero it really needs, and with Batman and Superman at war with one another, a new threat quickly arises, putting mankind in greater danger than it's ever known before. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think it's too shocking with what people kind of put together in their own head, but kind of deals with my biggest problem with the Man of Steel movie. And it's not just my problem. A lot of people, how much destruction was involved with that final fight. So I'm glad that that's kind of being addressed. And even if it's not like explicitly addressed, still you have the people of Earth kind of questioning, whoa, got this God.
Yeah, I think you told me about it, but didn't some company do like people who lived in the world? I believe they were doing like the Avengers, but where it's just like it was a cartoon or something, and guys like, oh, off to work, I'll see you after, and then like Thor smashed through his car, just like, guess I'm not going to work today. It's out there. Someone find it and send it to me. I remember it being funny. But yeah, like that the world sees a threat greater than ever. Clearly Aquaman, right?
It's
got to be the threat. No, yeah. Well, one person was actually making fun of I mean, not that we're making fun of it, but that it really isn't that any secret to, what they're releasing for the synopsis.
They usually aren't.
Yeah.
Maybe the Star Wars one, because there's 30 years of downtime, we're going to be like, ooh, it'll be groundbreaking, but yeah, I don't know. There's not.
Yeah, my favorite part was like, in the ultra not secret at all Aquaman appearance. But yeah, and all just the threat, clearly there's something tying in with Lex Luthor. I mean, that's got to be where he fits into the movie, that these two are going to be distracted with each other, and then he's going to do something crazy, and that's what's going to kick off this whole Justice League thing.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Or a real, like, curveball Darkseid shows up at the end.
True.
They just pull a Thanos, even though Darkseid was first.
Live action Doomsday.
Yeah, that could be it as well. There's a lot of things they could do, but for just the synopsis they released, however many months before, the movie comes out in March, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah,
so,
I guess, it's March. And then
what could you really
April.
expect this early on? But they really don't have to put anything. They've got enough. I'm going to see that movie, and I'm pretty sure a million, billion other people are.
It's like Michael B. Jordan said. They're going to see it anyway.
They're going to see it. I don't know. He's a little cocky with that one. Fantastic Four movie. We've had 3 of movies. 1 that no one ever talks about. 2 they're trying to get rid of now. You shouldn't be so arrogant. But yeah, everyone's going to see a Superman and Batman movie.
Yeah. And then same camp, Suicide Squad. For once, nothing new.
Nothing new.
There was a little bit about. Take that back. There was some like ads. They showed what's going to be like on buses and Target and stuff once it gets to that point. But yeah, nothing new from the set that I saw at least. If I'm wrong, correct me. Email us at franklydunnetwork@gmail.com or tweet us at @franklyDunn.
They're probably shooting stuff in a film studio now, like they should have.
Yeah,
in the beginning.
They're like, oh wait, the whole movie's been released already.
Maybe we should close the set.
Better than nothing. No, the ad just says Suicide Squad, and the one I saw had Will Smith's character on it. The name's escaping me right now. Deadshot, which, of course, they're going to put Will Smith. That's probably part of his contract. He's a smart guy.
That dude's going on right in the center of the Blu-ray cover.
Oh, yeah. Not DC. Nick Fury apparently is not going to be in Captain America 3 Civil War. Shocked to me, shocked to Frankie.
A little bit shocking.
Shocked to Samuel L. Jackson, apparently. He said he has no idea why. He always thought it was cool that he was like the character that kind of held all these different characters together. So he was kind of shocked that he's not in it, it sounds like. Which, he was just like, oh, maybe he's still off trying to figure out what's going on with S.H.I.E.L.D. and rebuild it, But it does seem weird that he wouldn't be involved at all. So it makes me wonder if we'll see Maria Hill or Phil Coulson at all, either.
Better see Phil Coulson eventually. I'll be mad.
Any S.H.I.E.L.D. at all.
Yeah, originally I saw a picture of what seemed like them at a funeral, and I immediately I wonder if it's Nick Fury, and then I'm like, oh wait, he died in the last movie and just was brought back. Marvel needs to watch out. They kill people just to bring them back way too much.
It's shock and awe. But yeah, those are really the latest photos. I don't know if we talked about it on here. Yeah, everyone seemed to be going to a funeral.
Yeah.
Or a dark wedding. Your call.
No one goes to dark weddings.
Some people do. I can't name anybody right now. But,
So yeah, that'd be a little weird, but it's way too early to kind of speculate. Why wouldn't he be in there? Maybe he's busy. Everyone needs a vacation. Dude's only been pretending to be dead for however long.
That's true. He's busy shooting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's gotta be it.
He's hanging out at Hawkeye Farm.
Take a sidestep. Power Rangers. It's been talked about for a while. Now it is officially moving forward. A live action movie. But the shock and awe is they are looking for unknown actors and actresses.
I'll do it.
So, yeah. Listeners, I don't know where you're going to send your information, but send it in. That'll be cool.
I'll do it. I've never acted before. It'll probably be terrible, but I'll do it.
Can't be worse than some people. And it's like Michael B. Jordan said, they'll watch it anyways.
They'll watch it. I heard that they're going for a more mature but still playful kind of feel to it. They're definitely not going to go the that YouTube leaked one where it was kind of really mature.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was so awesome. I wish they would, but rated R movies don't really sell well. I don't know. They can either make it kind of play towards the late 20-somethings, 30-year-olds who grew up with the originals, kind of play to that, or they can just try and go for a new batch of kids. I'm hoping for late 30s drop the phone. Now it's Brooke.
Late 30s Power Rangers?
No. I mean, late 20s.
Sorry. Yeah, I lost your train of thought there.
I dropped my phone. It screwed me up.
My mind switched. Like you were saying, you want a Power Rangers movie like in the late 1930s.
Oh, that. Like, wait a second. What have we stumbled on?
I mean,
Zordon. See,
Zordon's like pretty old. I mean, I think the original premise was they pick teens every now and then when they need them, so it's possible, I guess. Take it way back.
The Great Depression Power Rangers. We're just a bunch of teenage kids, see? Go, Dino. That's Inspector Gadget. I don't know where I was going.
It's morphin' time. This just in.
It's
teenagers are morphing everywhere. Do you know where your kid morphs? No. So, it'd be interesting to see, there's been some pretty good movies that have taken some unknown people and have been huge success.
Never happened.
Paranormal Activity?
I don't think so.
People I talk to think it's one of the better ones. I think,
well, they're unknowns, but that's all they've ever been in.
That's all they need to be. Yeah. It works. I mean, it's different concepts. They're going for hey, this is actually real versus, hey, these are people you've never met before. But who else did that? Star Trek? Did they get unknown people?
Star Trek? No.
That's Star Wars.
Star Wars? No, just Star Wars in general. That's how they started. Open a dream. The biggest name was Guinness. We had Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he was an esteemed theater actor. And Harrison Ford, that was it. Everyone else unknowns. And look how that happened. Look what happened with that movie.
Complete and utter failure.
They failed big time.
Big time. Alright, kick it into gear. Hunger Games, number 4, Mockingjay Part 2. Trailer released today. Gave me, the chills.
I still haven't seen the
Inspiration.
first part of the last one.
It's pretty good. I mean, they're great movies. Great too. Yeah, they're great.
I don't know.
I mean, me and J-Law go way back, like a week or two ago. So, gotta support her. Me and John Hutchins are in. We probably passed each other a few times, like in the elevator when he was on a date with Victoria Justice.
My brother just saw him this weekend at the Bunbury.
Yeah,
He
makes
took
sense.
pictures of him like a creeper.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
He was at the Florence Rave a couple weeks ago. It's pretty neat. Watching a movie with his friend.
Were you in the elevator when we ran into him?
You say I am.
I know
So
that.
I claim I am now.
So yeah, we ran into him and Victoria Justice
On a date.
on a date.
I've ran into a lot of Nickelodeon Disney stars down at the local levee by the local aquarium of Newport. So I was working there once, and it was one of the big time real. I don't know. I might have to cut this part.
Ariana Grande? Come on.
No, anyways. So yeah, I mean, I haven't read the book.
I read the book. I just haven't seen the last movie because I don't like that it was split in two. So I was waiting for both parts, and I was watching. The wind is blowing into the microphone.
Is that what that
Yeah.
is? I was like, man.
It's all good.
Ugh.
It's all good. Keep going. The vent was blowing in the microphone. We're pros.
All of a sudden, I started hearing like a heartbeat. I was like, telltale heart. Oh gosh, now my chair's not working.
So Hunger Games.
Hunger Games just ruined this
Katniss Everdeen.
podcast. Man.
I didn't like the last book, so I don't think I would like the last movie. What? I thought we were having book club.
Makes sense.
I read
Yeah.
books and comic books. I read it all.
Man, I seriously just broke my chair. Son of a gun. I don't even know how I did it. Alright, the big movie of the week, Jurassic World. Not much more news as far as what we haven't already talked about, basic rundown, 20 years after the first movie. Not dead on science, but that's what they're kind of pointing it at.
20-ish.
20 years, that's the thing.
20-ish.
That's what I couldn't come
That's
up
a
with.
scientific word, ish.
Ignoring part 2 and 3 of it, which, justifies it pretty well. So my first thing is, I just rewatched Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I walked in. He
on
was
the
watching it
Laserdisc.
on Laserdisc. That's
The only way to watch a movie. But yeah, so I'm interested to see like how they jump from the end of that movie to the next one. My guess is going to be somebody else took over the project, or like maybe that grandson that was there. It's like, you know what, this can be done better. I got this, Grandpa. Chill out. Because I mean, he was like 8, maybe 10, so he'd be in his 30s now. Maybe he's Chris Pratt. That'd be cool.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but that'd be neat. What are you looking forward to? Are you? I guess is the real question. Then, if so, follow up is what?
I have a weird relationship with Jurassic Park.
Oh, you've been teasing this story for weeks now.
Because
Give
my
it to
one
us.
and only time going to the drive-in theater, now a little kid, and this is how cheap my family is, they made me hide in the trunk with my brother.
And then they forgot about you.
It was a double feature, so first up we had the Flintstone movie.
Classic.
And I enjoyed that. And then straight after that they played Jurassic Park. and I was really little. I claimed I was too tired, but the truth is I was afraid of the dinosaurs, and I wanted to go home. So we went home.
Nice. You ruined it for everybody.
I think I saw it like years after, but it's even been a long time since then. And I don't know if I've ever seen. No, I've seen the second one,
Yeah, I saw the second one in theaters, if I'm not mistaken.
but I have not seen the third one.
2 and 3 just get like mashed up together in my head. I think I saw both in theaters actually. Obviously, I didn't see the first one in theaters unless it was like a special showing or something.
We were kindergarten age.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause I vividly remember.
Something like the 80s.
93.
Well, that makes the movie look less impressive to me. Because the whole time I was watching, I was like, man, for being an 80s movie, they did a really great job. Like, it still holds up. So that disappoints it for me. But no, I mean, yeah, it stands still, you know.
I'll see it. Hopefully, I'll be able to see it this weekend.
I don't know if I will. Got some things happening.
Yeah, I've been moving, and now I'm moved, but now my brother's moving, and I told him I would help him move, so I just don't get a break
After you watch Jurassic World. One of us, well, if one of us don't, you can head over to The Real, because I'm sure our good friend Ben is going to be writing a review from it. Usually does them pretty quick as far as when they come out, so that should be up on our website.
He writes it before he sees the movie, and then he just changes some words.
That makes sense. So you probably could with like as much TV spots and trailers they put out for movies these days. You probably could do that.
Legitimately, some famous critic wrote the last Transformers movie before he saw the movie, and he's like, I have not changed a word.
You can never really prove that though.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess there's probably some like technical DNA thing you could backtrack and find that he hasn't edited since then, but still. But yeah, so watching the old one, there's like, it's one of the first parts, and it's the John, the guy that owns the park, is going to the two archaeologists and plantologists. Botanists, yeah. And the main archaeologist, should have written their names down. I feel like a failure right now on the computer. But he was like, what kind of park is this anyways? And you can just see the look on the actor playing John's face, like, is just holding every bit of him back to be like, it's a Jurassic Park. But he actually says it's right up your alley. But like, every time, that's like one of the scenes that has stood out in the movie, like, since I first saw it, is that scene, because it's just his look on his face. He just wants to be like, it's a Jurassic Park. There's dinosaurs and everything.
It's Jurassic.
That's how Mark Wahlberg. They're gonna do a shot for shot, but Mark Wahlberg's gonna play all the characters.
Mark Wahlberg should have been in Jurassic Park.
You have a T-Rex?
That's a dinosaur.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
But no, yeah. So, and then I don't know which of the two movies it's in, but there's a part where they're like running through the tall grass, and like one by one the people like start falling down. Yeah, if I had to guess, it'd be the second one.
I think it's the second one.
Yeah.
I sort of remember that too, and I've only seen it.
Like I said, they mash. As far as the new one, I'm literally looking forward to the Raptors.
Raptors.
Charlie, Echo, and Blue, sometimes referred to as Delta. Be interesting to see which one makes it into the movie, because, yeah, for some reason that was in my head as Delta, and I saw an article that called it Delta, but then in one of the TV spots he calls it Blue. Which doesn't really make sense why it would be blue and the other ones have the military alphabet names, you know?
Greek.
Yep. Maybe.
The military took it. Yeah, Alpha, Beta. Just think of frats.
Frats.
Delta.
Yeah. That's, man.
Omega.
2 for 2. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm sure it's going to be a great movie. I mean, Chris Pratt can act.
Now since he's all cut.
Technology is dinerific.
He's a leading man. We keep talking about movies. Let's talk about Chris Pratt being cut.
He's cool. It's our next podcast, the Chris Pratt's Cut podcast.
Cut.
We'll talk about the time he got cut from his baseball team. And talk about the time he got cut by his muscles. And his glass jaw. But it's going to be a great movie. Like I said, be on the lookout for the review from the writer Ben from the website The Real over on the blog spot. but also on our website, franklydone.com, in our This Just In section. And I got one more. I was going to ask you if you have any Jurassic Park or / World stories.
I went to the Universal Studios. I rode the ride that I think they took down.
Yeah. If it's down, they're probably going to put it back after this.
Is there one in Florida? Because I went to the California one.
Maybe. I've only been to the one in Florida, and I've been on that ride as well. But there's a better one in Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge.
There's a Jurassic Park ride?
Yes.
Is it licensed?
Yes. A couple years ago. I'll have to dig out the pictures. I'm sure I still have it. I went down with my current wife. We weren't married at the time though.
Wait, you're married?
And we saw it when we were driving in. I was like, oh, we're going on that. Without a doubt, we finally went to it. It's a little boat ride, and they have animatronics, and they are terrible. Every bit of it is terrible. And,
well, yeah, I get that picture.
It was like $20,
$20 for a ride or the whole park?
It was just a ride. $10 each.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, I'll find the pictures and put them up on our Instagram. Frankly Done Network. But yeah, oh man. If I ever go back there, I'm doing it again.
Did it have the music and it kept skipping?
No. It's the only part that would have hit it better. But yeah, it's like in one building, you're on this ride. I'm pretty sure it stays level the whole time. There might be like a little drop here and there, but dinosaurs are popping out at you. It walks you through the movie. You're like, oh wow, dinosaurs, this is so cool, Transformers. And then all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, system malfunction, dinosaurs everywhere, we're going to eat your face. I have this perfectly timed picture. I know I can find that one because I know I still have that one.
You're not supposed to take pictures when you're at this kind of ride.
It's like a T-Rex is like popping out. It's like it's about to eat me. It was great. But yeah, the animatronic humans were the worst part. It looked like they just like dissected a mannequin and just put like machinery into it. That was great. Boy, can't top that one. This has been the Frankly Done Network.
Dun, 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 dun.
TV. All right.
Yeah, it's big stuff in the Marvel camp.
Big stuff. Oh, yeah.
Well, you go with whoever you're going to start with.
Netflix. Drops. The AKA.
Oh.
Yep. No. They dropped the AKA off of AKA Jessica Jones. Now it's just Marvel's Jessica Jones. They didn't really explain it anywhere I saw. I don't think it really needs to be explained.
Probably some test audience thought it was dumb.
Yeah, it's a cleaner title. It's kind of like when it used to be about Facebook, and now it's just Facebook.
Yeah, it's cleaner, but it takes away a little bit of uniqueness, but I guess not really. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm still going to watch it.
Just makes me wonder if that means it doesn't really have to do a lot with the Alias world.
It's gonna. She's probably going to be a private detective. Former unsuccessful hero.
Yeah, the synopsis is something like, private detective tries to clean up the streets of Hell's Kitchen and only uses her special abilities when she needs to.
She's going to be in Hell's Kitchen too? I thought they would go with another section of New York.
I'm pretty sure they're all in Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen, now, I've never been to New York, but I've heard people explain it's not that big of an area.
Yeah. Well, it's about to get bigger because Jason
Statham?
Parker. Mr. Jason. As a possibility for Bullseye, apparently he's in talks with Marvel to play the role. Fits the character well.
That'd be so sweet. Originally, I wanted him to be the voice of Rocket.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Because before the movie, Rocket Raccoon was British in my mind. Even in the cartoon, he was British. The Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah.
He had a cockney like, "Hey, I'm Rocket Raccoon.
Don't call me a raccoon." No.
But that'd be, oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that would be in season 2 of Daredevil.
That would be awesome.
And then something that people, as soon as the show ended, well, not ended, I guess. Do we consider that an end for Netflix? As soon as most people probably watched it.
Yeah.
People started talking about who's going to be in the next season, and everyone wanted Punisher. We talked
Including
about
us, yeah, we wanted it.
Yeah, and it's official. Mr. John Bernthal is going to be playing the Punisher. So, for those of you who don't know who he is the What is this? What is this? Shane from The Walking Dead. I mean, he played the hell out of that role.
He's a good actor. He was in Wolf of Wall Street, and
Yeah.
he's in Fury.
I mean, they say he can get into any character he plays.
He goes method.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably one of the, just like Andrew Lincoln from the same camp, The Walking Dead, where like they don't break character from the moment they get to set, you know.
He better break character, otherwise he's just killing people.
Nope, he's like, that's not a sandwich.
So yeah, I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how he plays it. I'm looking forward to seeing some like costume pictures, you know, the role. But yeah, I mean, you know, Punisher
just
been around for a while. I mean, it was, you know, Amazing Spider-Man 129.
I think it's 170 something, 1 or 2. Could be wrong.
Me too. One of us.
I don't have it.
One of us is going to be wrong.
171.
But yeah, I'd be interested to see.
The Punisher as a character just on its own fits well in the Netflix, like what they're kind of going with the Netflix universe. I would like them to. Originally, I said I wanted a grizzled, like 60-year-old Vietnam vet.
I'm still holding out for that one. That's what makeup's for.
But he fits well in that world. They'll probably tone down some killing if they can do so much. Like
129.
129. Okay, so it wasn't that much after Death of Gwen Stacy.
It was exactly after, because he did it.
No, he did.
Spoilers. No, yeah, it's gonna be a great fit. On the same thing, they released a new logo for season 2, and it's the same logo, but it's like riddled with bullet holes and stuff.
Ooh.
So, I mean, I'm sure, we're gonna deal with. Best guess is, you know, Daredevil's gonna be doing his thing, and we'll be hearing about this Punisher, you know, just killing people. Daredevil's like, hey man, that's not cool. And then, you know, like the classic animated series Spider-Man episode where they all think they're bad guys, and then they crossed over.
That's how every team up ever works.
And then they'll realize we're on the same thing, we just disagree, you know. So it'll be interesting to see where they leave each other, you know. Because, I mean, eventually they have to realize, alright, we're both good guys, you're killing people and I'm not.
Not everyone agrees that the Punisher's a good guy, even in the hero community, in the comics at least. They don't like his method of killing, being above the law. If I have to be nitpicky and have to make assumptions for a show that's probably a year out, I would like, the only thing I fear that having both big characters like that in one show would take away from the other. It would take a little bit away from Daredevil. It would take away from Frank Castle having a fully developed story, but of course I'm probably wrong.
I mean, yeah, they'll figure out a way to do it, but I am kind of worried that one's going to get more attention than the other. But this could just be a platform to see, you know, let's see how people like the Punisher and see if we can.
Because arguably, definitely before the Daredevil show, Punisher was a way more popular character than Daredevil. I mean, you can't go into a Walmart without seeing a Punisher shirt.
That's true. One of my employees has a Jeep. He didn't do it to it. He just bought the Jeep though, but it has like the Punisher logo all over it. However, I mean, 2 places.
It's a cool logo, but you know, everyone thinks it's cool, just like the Venom logo and the Batman logo.
Yep. Speaking about overly killing people and being heroes, Powerpuff Girls. It's coming back next year.
Let's see if I can do this. Bubbles, Buttercup.
Give me a hint. Starts with a B.
Great. Blossom.
Yep. That's all 3 of them. For the most part, new voice actors. The person who voiced the mayor and the narrator.
They're getting new voice actors?
Yeah.
Tara Strong isn't going to be involved?
Oh, wait. I may have misspoken.
Tara Strong is still in the game.
I'll check.
She does the voice of Timmy Turner.
He died.
Did the voice. She's the new voice of Harley Quinn, not the original from the animated cartoon. I don't know what else she do. Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony. She does a lot. Dill Pickles from Rugrats. She's a cool lady. I've heard her talk on some podcasts. She never breaks doing a voice though. I don't know if she has a normal voice anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, the artwork, while I look this up, the artwork is pretty similar. I mean, you can tell it's a different artist. It's been updated a little bit, but it's pretty similar to the original. So I have a feeling that they are going to keep it pretty close to what it was in our childhood. Which is ironic that this got announced because, I mean, we didn't mention this one specifically, I don't think, but we were kind of talking about shows that were
I
cool.
really liked Powerpuff Girls when I was a kid, and I'm a boy.
I remember when it was on, oh man, was it just called Cartoon? It was like a clip show.
Cartoon. Yeah, I remember that too.
Launched a lot of the like super famous ones. Yeah, Tara Strong is not part of it.
Really?
In fact, she tweeted, "I don't remember ordering a stab in the heart today." Cartoon Network.
Wow, that is kind of wow.
Yeah, but she says she has no ill feelings for the 4 actresses in the new.
Yeah, she does Bubbles. She did Bubbles.
But she was hurt that she was never asked. Every role I breathed life into, I would love.
Yeah, that's a big disappointment, but we'll see.
Yeah, so
we'll have to see where they go with that.
The narrator in the mayor is expected to return. Mojo Jojo is expected to return, and Miss Keene is expected to return for it.
That's crazy. Why wouldn't they ask her? That's all she does for a living is voice acting. I know she does other shows, but
yeah, I guess Craig McCraggan's not part of it either. I'm sure he signed off on it, unless he just doesn't own the rights anymore.
Is that the creator of it?
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit disappointing, but I don't really watch Cartoon Network anyways anymore.
I feel like it's not on here. Oh, okay, so a guy that works on Adventure Time is going to be working on it, so
okay.
Could be a little weird, I guess, but yeah, I'll put it up on the Instagram as we talk. The differences between the original and which I guess I'll put this up after this is launched, or else people be like, why are they putting up Powerpuff Girls?
Because we do what we want.
Super weird, because we don't put anything else up there.
Do what we want.
A little bit left of TV. Supergirl is going to be paired with Big Bang Theory for their launch. It should help them a little bit. So I'm sure people who watch, I was going to say people who watch Big Bang Theory are going to be interested in Supergirl. Then actually, I guess I'm being kind of judgy. I was thinking like only comic people watch Big Bang Theory. I mean, so then I was like, oh wait, no, everyone.
No, my grandma watches Big Bang Theory.
Then I was like, well, from what we've seen of the Supergirl show, it seems like a show anyone can kind of get into.
You have to.
Anybody who watched Smallville would probably like Supergirl from what I've seen.
I have a confession. I've never watched any Smallville.
You've already admitted that.
Oh, have I?
I think so.
Probably. My confession holds no weight.
Your confession was worthless.
Worthless. I'll give that show a watch. I'll try it out as long as it makes it on Hulu. One of the networks doesn't do things on Hulu. I don't think it's not CBS.
It's the Frankly Done Network.
No, I'm talking about TV network. We don't have TV.
I just found out I could watch live TV from my phone.
What?
That was pretty cool.
What do you have, Time Warner?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's that out.
Except my DVR thing doesn't work.
Boo.
I gotta get that figured out. Yeah, I've had some crazy stuff with my TV. Luckily, like, all the shows related to this podcast have pretty much gone on break. Except for one we haven't talked about. I don't know if I'll dive into it. We're in TV, so I might. Okay, but
do it.
Supergirl, finished it up real quick. So yeah, it's gonna launch with them. Help boosted some watchers. Smart decision on their part.
Yeah, it is.
After that,
Thursday is like one of the hottest time slots, anyways.
Yeah, but after that, switching to Monday nights to go head to head against Fox Gotham, which I'm still a big fan of.
I can't bring myself to finish that series.
Yeah, you're not alone. There's a really good podcast company that shares the same city of Cincinnati with us that does a lot of TVs and stuff. And they were doing a Gotham one. I think like episode 6 was the last one they even covered. Yeah, which is pretty rare for them. They dropped a few other shows, but yeah, then it switches to Monday. That launches November 2nd, and since they said it's going to be fighting with Gotham, I guess that means we can expect Gotham back by November 2nd.
Yeah, or earlier. That's the time slot.
November's
kind of late, I think, for a show. Could be wrong. I thought it was usually around like October shows come back.
It is a weird time because they're going to take at least a week break for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
If not 2. They'll take a break for Christmas.
They'll probably do 20 to 24 episodes.
You think? Oh, well, yeah.
Unless it's only ordered for
Flash
13.
did 23, so.
Well, yeah, I think typically 13 is your order, but I don't go to these
I'm
meetings.
looking out. It might not work for my favor for Arrow. So I don't think I can watch. Well, I can watch a lot of TV really quick if I have the time, which I'm about to not have.
Uh-oh.
This was like a week later. I'm on vacation, man. I could have done it easily. But as far as the Flash is concerned, on the on demand, not DVR, they're re-releasing each episode. I don't know how soon they're doing it, but they put 1 and 2 back up, so I'll be able to watch it finally. Not have to wait for Netflix.
They're all put on the Hulu.
On demand.
On demand.
On demand.
Oh, you have cable.
I have cable still.
I don't.
Yeah. TV/collections. This is like horrible. Man, we put so much work into before this. We just throw it all away. Wait, what TV? Oh, okay. Oh, Wayward Pines. We haven't really talked about it.
Wayward Pines, not the Netflix exclusive?
No, it's on.
Never heard of it.
Some show. What channel is that on? I don't know. ABC, CBS, one of them. Fox. Yeah, it's Fox because Bones is on Fox, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they do the Bones movie, just like the other shows. Yeah, it's the M. Night Shyamalan TV show, 10-part series. I think we're halfway through it. It might be one off. This week might be the 5th episode. It's great. I mean, I love M. Night Shyamalan, so if you don't like M. Night Shyamalan, it's probably terrible. There's some weird stuff getting ready to happen. Yeah, this week I think is the halfway point. They're finally gonna tell you like what's actually going on, But it's it's a small town. Then there's like a crazy science experiment going on with these people. So I don't think that's a spoiler yet. But yeah, check it out. After it's all finished, I'll do like a full series cover, like it's a movie. Maybe Frankie will watch it. Who knows? He doesn't
Probably
like
not.
Watch TV. He hates TV. He hates you guys. He calls you stupid idiots. Not me. He wrote it. I read it.
I say it behind their backs.
Yep. No, that one. And then The Whispers started.
Whispers?
Yeah. Whispers started last week.
You watch weird shows.
I watch every show, man. You want to talk about weird shows? I am super excited for The Astronaut Wife.
Astronaut what?
Astronaut's Wife.
Astronaut's
starting
Wife?
like July 12th or June 12th
What?
or something.
Is it Army Wives?
It's like Mad Men, from what I can tell, but it's going to be about like the wives of astronauts / I assume the astronauts as well.
So all the boring parts in Apollo 13?
No, all the like parties and the sex, drugs, and outer space.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it takes place in the 60s?
I don't know whenever the space race was, which I feel embarrassed that I can't tell you off the top of my head.
64 to 70.
Yeah, so it's whenever astronauts would have been. I think it's going to be like right in the middle of it where they've already gone to the moon and stuff. So it's like they're huge stars,
They're like
it's gonna
space
be
cowboys?
awesome. But yeah, The Whispers, it's a crazy show. Watched, it's 2 episodes in. Basically, they've already told us it's aliens are talking to kids in the disguise of the imaginary friends. Kind of like that's their plan, take over. Seems a little catchy so far. It could definitely go bad very quickly. But my biggest grief with it is I wish they didn't tell us it was aliens, because like I was trying to like forget that fact because I was like, oh, it could be ghosts, you never know. And there's some weird stuff going on, so aliens is a better fit anyways. So I guess it's good they told us here the whole time. You're not just like, what is it? But give it a watch. Or if you already watched it, let me know what you thought. Prove Frankie wrong. I don't watch weird shows. He watches Weird Life.
Just watch Life.
Yeah. I'm closing the door on TV. Head over to collections and dipping my toe back into TV. Agent Carter is getting her own pop vinyl.
Yeah, I picked that one. I collect pops.
Unfortunately, you gotta wait till early next year to get it. But hopefully by then we'll see
I'm still alive.
a couple other characters. A couple other characters from the show, but it's her, from the promo pic, she got the
blue
fedora,
dress,
the blue jacket dress thingy, and she's got a vial of Steve Rogers' blood. A little
it's a weird thing to
circle
give her.
Thingy, It's a bobblehead, of course, 'cause it's Marvel.
Yeah, all Funko Marvel products are vinyl.
Our baubles.
Yeah, they're all vinyl. Let's clear that one up. Yeah, they're all baubles. Some licensing thing. Yeah, I want that. I really want a Daredevil, comic Daredevil. I'd pick up a TV show one maybe, but I want comic.
Yeah, there's a few pop vinyls that I see. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. But I'm afraid of collecting them. I don't need to collect one more thing. But they've got like Mr. Redlegs, mascot for the local team, Cincinnati Reds.
I need that one.
It's really funny. A lot of people say I look like a character from True Blood, and he's got a pop vinyl. So
get it.
Funny to have that one. Obviously, some of the X-Men I'd rather have. But yeah. Comic-Con exclusives.
Yeah, which one are we going to talk about next?
The latest one, I believe, released has been the Alfred from the DC Universe statue.
I haven't seen a picture of this.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to show you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
a pewter statue.
Yeah, it's like a straight up, what's that famous company that starts with a K?
Starts with a K. Probably should know it.
Either way, they're making it. I mean, it's your standard butler statue, but it looks like Alfred Penguin.
So is it like a bust from shoulder up?
Oh, it's full figure.
Full figure. Okay. So if an intruder came to my house, do you think it has weight so I can bash him on the head?
I think you'd break it.
Cheaps.
That's a terrible picture.
Yeah, his head's cut off.
That's the statue. He doesn't have a head.
Okay, so is this a big statue?
It's designed so you can put your head behind it, take pictures.
Man, the internet needs to work faster so I can see it.
Kotobukiya.
Yeah, Kotobukiya.
That wasn't bad. Too far off.
Whoa.
So yeah, I mean, it's full figure.
How many inches did it say?
It is 1/10 scale, 8 inches tall. Just under 8 inches. But yeah, Art X Plus Batman family apparently is the set that it matches.
Oh.
If that means anything.
No, I don't. No, I don't collect those statues. I only have one statue, a Flash one.
I've got a few busts. I collect them whenever the local shop that still won't be named. Just in case we ever have to talk about any of them.
I mostly collect video game, like collector editions of that. So I have statues from video game packs. Like
I've got a few X-Men busts, Cannonball, Danger Room, Iceman. I think I missed.
You got a gay Iceman bust?
No, it's the straight one.
No, he's gay, man. I'm telling you.
Actually, I think it is like first class, so it probably is
600. It's gonna reveal he's been gay the whole time. It's my prediction.
Yeah, I can't wait. I have to wait a couple months for that one, but I can't wait for it. And then Thunderbird. So yeah, it's a local shop puts them on clearance. If they're X-Men, I'll buy them. But I've always wanted the full body of the original 5 X-Men, but that's a lot of money. Yeah. And I don't really have a place to put them and
statues
give them
are
justice,
expensive.
So sometime, somewhere.
So the Alfred statue, the one I'm looking forward to because I collect the Toyland. I collect Toylands. The Marvel Legends Toyland, and this year's exclusive is the Doctor Strange one. So it has.
It looks awesome.
It has an Astro projected Doctor Strange, Magic, Dormammu, Brother Voodoo. Am I missing one?
There's 5, so yes, you are.
Who am I missing? Brother Voodoo, Dormammu, Magic. Oh, a Frigga, I think.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
And then it also comes with a wearable amulet.
Gosh, how am I gonna get this thing? I've got them in the past. Yeah, but you don't understand.
Take that week off.
I missed it last time. I missed the window because I was at work with you, and then all of a sudden, we work in the same place. I looked down at my phone like,
it's my fault.
No, I just was paying attention to customers like I should, and then I realized, oh no, like an idiot. Oh no, I missed my window.
Yeah.
The year before I got it, I got 2 of them the year before.
Not bad. I've got an Astro Marvel Universe Strange. Magic would be cool. I don't believe I have a Magic figure. Well, no, I did not buy it. I was going to say I had like the 90s New Mutants 3-pack thing that they put out, but those are horrible sculpts, so I didn't buy them. I got the Alpha Flight ones, though.
Yeah, I'm going to do everything in my power to get that. I think I'll only get one, though. It looks like you can put it back in the case. Because you have that whole debate. If you get an exclusive, do you open it? Do you not open it?
I don't know.
Well,
unless it's like, no, I was going to say unless it's something you're supposed to open, but I don't, because I never even opened my Minecraft Lego set. Not that it was an exclusive, but yeah. We already talked about the Hot Wheels. There's obviously a bunch of different variant covers. Nothing really stood out to me. Funko has 1,000 different things, obviously. Yeah, not Comic-Con is Adidas is putting out Marvel shoes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't see them?
No.
Oh man, I thought you didn't ask about it earlier, so I thought you knew.
I thought we were watching the Jurassic Park trailer and you said something about Adidas.
Can't watch Jurassic Park. Yeah, Adidas.
That's
what I was talking about.
Once I've determined I'm going to see a movie, I check out from the trailers because I just like, I'm done.
Well,
I like Adidas shoes.
As soon as I figure out
Marvel.
where the archived ones go, when I archive them, I will.
I'm totally going to buy a pair. Maybe. I do need new shoes. See, I only pay attention to half the things you say.
Apparently, that's why we listen to it. Yeah, so the basketball shoes are the high tops.
Oh, high tops.
But we've got Iron Man, the red gold, Captain America,
okay,
Hulk, and it says Thor, but I'd be willing to give it. Oh no, it's got little hammers on it now and lightning bolts. Yes. From afar, it looks like you could even call it Miles Morales. Or Scarlet Spider, maybe. I don't think.
Kane, red, mostly red, a little bit of black.
Yeah.
That's Scarlet Spider. There's different Scarlet Spiders. Ben Reilly had the blue hoodie.
What do you guys think of the girl's new look? We already reported on it. I love when we beat Comic Book Resource, even though this technically isn't live.
Yeah, I was going to say, by the time we put this out, we will be behind.
But we beat them by 2 hours. It's official.
Try and prove it.
I can never.
Timestamp this.
Timestamp life. Alright. Well, you want to dive into your box or dive into our comics?
I want to dive into my box. I haven't opened this box yet. Okay,
what kind of box is it?
This box, I think I spoke about it last week. I was hoping to get it. Is Comic Block. I'm trying it out. It's from the Nerd Block camp. So the Nerd Block has Nerd Block, Horror Block, Arcade Block, and some Junior Blocks. I don't think the Junior ones. But it's a new one, Comics.
Speaking of blocks, did you check if you got that Black Lagoon thingy in your horror box?
Oh, no.
You didn't get it? Or you didn't check?
I didn't check.
Oh, man, I just want to know what it is. I mean, it looks like a poster, but if it fit inside one of those boxes, it'd have to be a very small poster.
I will totally check. Just remind me.
I can't even remind myself to watch Jurassic.
Do you know what the Sanctuary looks like, the room I collect everything in? It just looks like...
It has wooden floors and black shelves.
Yeah, that's true. But
if I was Nightcrawler, I could probably teleport there.
Other than that, it's just filled with boxes.
That's a good theory. Man, I need some X-friends so I can debate that. Okay, so if you show Nightcrawler a picture somewhere, can he teleport there? I wonder.
I think that's how... He just has to know.
He has to know what it is, but does that mean he has to know the spacing, or can he just take a guess?
I love the smell of new shirts.
It's not the weirdest thing you've said on this podcast.
So this is the comic book guy from Simpsons, and he said, "Worst shirt ever."
This is a decent impression.
I try. It's only a good impression because every person I don't like in the comic book world sounds like that.
In the comic book world or at the comic book world?
No, in the both.
Calling them out.
Okay, so then we have a extremely hard to read title. That says Mythic. Okay, maybe. What do you think that says? Yeah, it's really hard title to read.
Yeah, I'm going with Mythic as well. Is that a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive?
No, they're Comic Block exclusives. Then we got Secret Wars #1, which I've already read.
That's a dumb cover, too.
Yeah, it's got Deadpool in it. Tell you a secret, war. That's lame. Okay.
What the
Ooh, cool. A Batman kind of print. And then we've got Convergence Action Comics 1 of 2 variant by, that looks like Dane
by
Cook.
Black Licorice. By Dane Cook?
No, whatever. Dwayne. Look, I got a card that was telling me everything. Variants never say the artist's name on it, right?
Sometimes.
And, this one doesn't say. Convergence Action Comics #1. Does not say the artist on it. So we were right. It's Mythic. And then collectible art print.
Go
Batman.
us. We can read.
So overall, my thoughts on this box came with 3 comics and a shirt. It is a cheaper box, but I mean, I have one of the comics already. One I purposely skipped, and Mythic I'll read, and if it's good, that'll be cool. But I don't know. So far, a little underwhelming, but
You got a nice smelly shirt.
got a nice new shirt. The shirt's cool, blue.
I wouldn't wear it.
You are wearing almost an identical shirt to it. Worst shirt ever.
Like, why would you wear that, man? You're like openly admitting that you shouldn't be wearing that shirt.
I know. It's called irony. The kids like it.
No, kids like Iron Man.
No, they like irony.
It is crazy how kids like Iron Man. Can I just say that?
It is crazy because we come from a time where Iron Man wasn't that cool.
Yeah, we're still in that time.
You don't like Iron Man? I like Iron Man.
I don't like his importance in the Marvel universe.
I'm probably gonna pick up his comic. Did you see the after Secret Wars? Bendis is writing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Bendis, obviously, but
I think someone cool's doing the art too, but
I know my good friend David Marquez
the guy that hates me.
did no, not that guy. No, David Marquez did the artwork for the release thing. So yeah, that's our next topic. Anyways, they released 2 little pictures of all new, all different.
Oh, I guess
Marvel
that ties into it. So yeah, let's just go into all
for
all
everything.
different.
So yeah, both pictures have the newly drawn new suit Iron Man dead center.
He's got like a knight type face where it comes to the middle. I don't know how to explain it.
Like it's creased.
Yeah, like it's creased.
Yeah, it's either creased or it's just some weird shadow work from Mr. Marquez.
I've seen other pictures. I think it's purposely that way, which it's cool enough.
But yeah, Marquez is actually
he's not your friend.
A good friend of mine.
He's not your friend. You probably met him once at a con.
I've met him 4 times and I've got a couple custom artworks from him.
He was forced
really
to be
funny.
there, so he's not your friend.
He's my friend.
Have you met at a Walmart at 3 a.m. looking for toys?
Yeah.
No. Yes, it's not your friend.
I was like, hey, are you David Marquez? And he's like, are you Daniel from Limited Addiction? And I was like, well, I didn't plan on starting that or even having that idea for another 2 years, but yes, I am. What are you doing here? He's like, just looking for some references. And I was like, me too. It's like, oh, you draw? And I was like, no. And that's where we left it.
Yeah.
We didn't need to say any more words. No, so the first one that they put out, whoa, I just got excited. Hopefully that gets fixed. If it does, you guys won't know what we're talking about, so hopefully it doesn't get fixed.
Yeah, new artwork.
The new one wasn't that exciting for me. I mean, the artwork, yeah, it looks amazing. Like I said, good friend of mine, love his work. He's done a lot of different things.
Yeah, I think the artwork's great. It's just kind of
yeah, so for the first one, nothing really new, shocking, run down the list from, was that left to right, I guess? You had Spider-Gwen, Phil Coulson, Spider-Woman, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Captain America, Steve Rogers, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Thor, still the Jane Foster version, The Vision, Miss Marvel, the younger version, not the currently Captain Marvel version, Ultimate Universe Spider-Man, aka Miles Morales, and 20th century version of Red Wolf, who, out of that group, that's the only one that I was kind of like,
yeah, Red Wolf I'm not familiar with.
I know he's a very old character. Other than that, I don't know too much about him. I've done some research,
but yeah, the lineup looks cool. I think Marvel's like, look at all the kind of guys that made news in the last couple of years.
Yeah, Steve Rogers is his old version. He's in
he's in the shield
kind of uniform. But then you're like, oh, well, that was a cool little promo pic. It's kind of weird that nothing doesn't look like anything that cool is coming out of it. Other than the artwork. But then you're like, Marvel's like, oh wait, you wanted something cool? Try this on for size.
Gotcha,
and
cool.
Iron Man's in the same position. It's just the characters behind him that have changed.
Yeah.
Which most of them if they're either coming out of the pages of Secret Wars and they're not new characters, or they're new character. Well, none of them are new to my knowledge, other than new characteristics of them. But most of them have at least different costumes than what they did going into Secret Wars. Dr. Spectrum of the Great Society, which was out of Jonathan Hickman's Avengers run. Citizen V, the alter ego of Baron Zemo. He's got a crazy uniform on. Then you have the Thing and Rocket in matching Guardian of the Galaxy team uniforms.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's going to be pretty cool to see how that ties in.
Explain that.
They're on the same team.
No, I know, but
Or Thing slept over at his house, got a little drunk, threw up all of his clothes. Rocket's like, "Oh, hey,
I got this
Drax suit. You can borrow it, man. Just wash it afterwards." He's like, "Oh, we got that promo pic later." He's like, "Oh, that's cool, man. I'll just stand on your shoulders." And people go like, "What? We're throwing him on the same team? Thing's gonna be a Guardians of the Galaxy? Can he even breathe in space? Well, I guess he's a rock, so why not?" but then they'll be like, just quit. We fooled you.
Fool you.
Yeah. The Inhuman Karnak is rocking a very new costume, which not my words, straight from Marvel. Hyperion,
Hyperion is a poor man's Sentry.
Yeah, that's I don't know anything about him other than they made an action figure of him, and I was like, why would you waste your time with this guy?
I got that action
when they
figure.
made him, he was relevant in the comics. He's also from Hickman's Avengers run.
Yeah, he's in it now. But he's got the black and yellow costume in the comics. Mine's the classic Hyperion.
Yeah. The Infinity one that you refuse to call it Infinity. The Inhumans comic book protagonist Inferno. I gave that run a chance because I was scared that they'd lose X-Men for the most part, so I was like, I need some supplement for that.
Yeah.
Give it a chance. Didn't really like it. Artwork was great. Character development was great. Just wasn't invested in it. And then my friend Ryan Stagman was like, "Oh well, hey, I'm gonna start working on it. You should give it another chance." So I was like, "All right, cool, I will." And I mean, like I said, artwork was great, but just still couldn't get invested into it. Yeah, Inferno's a really cool character. He's
a poor man's Johnny Storm.
He's an Inhuman's Johnny Storm.
Poor man's.
Which is ironic because Johnny Storm's going to be on an Inhuman team, unless someone just interpreted that wrong and it was Inferno and not Johnny Storm. I just thought about that. Medusa on the other side of Iron Man. Daredevil is supporting a new black and red costume.
Yeah, so it's kind of...
So throwing duds to the Netflix series. Duds, throwing a nod. Which hasn't he sported a costume that color before?
In the 90s, yeah, he had like an armored, mostly black, accented red.
I thought. There is... Looks like a female. Not looks like it is a female in a Wolverine costume.
Yeah.
At first I was like, why are they bringing Wild Thing? Oh man, my reputation's on the line. I'm gonna go with Wild Thing. Wild Thing back. But it's been confirmed that it's X-23.
Yeah,
it's just in a classic blue and yellow Wolverine costume.
I knew it was X-23, but my point of reference is a lot smaller than yours with X characters. But yeah, I like the suit. I hope they make a toy of that.
Yeah.
And the person next to him. I want that toy.
Star-Lord?
No.
Star-Lord's next to him.
I've got a Star-Lord toy already.
Apparently it's going to be the same Star-Lord as before.
But interestingly, he doesn't really have like a Guardians insignia anywhere, so people are kind of speculating maybe he's Solo.
Don't Solo.
Don't Solo?
That was a song once.
Mm-hmm. No, the other person next to him with the claws.
Oh, the mostly unchanged Doctor Strange, except this time carrying a massive battle axe?
That's cool, that battle axe, but no, that's not who I was talking about.
I wonder if that is Odinson's battle axe.
Do I have Odinson's battle axe toy?
I've got Odinson's battle axe scar.
No, the person, you don't need to read it, you know who it is.
You mean Old Man Logan, possibly one of the characters surviving Battleworld and continuing on in the new Marvel U?
That's a little weird, but that's all I ever wanted, more Old Man Logan stories. Watch me eat these words.
No, see, I'm the same with you. I always wanted it, but so I know we've talked about it. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast though. They've done like future issues in the Wolverine the X-Men series by Jason Aaron, also a good friend of mine, gave you a Diet Mountain Dew once.
He did. That was a crazy story.
Well.
He's my friend. I like him.
He's really cool. I hope he comes back. Crap, milkshakes.
I'm gonna ask if he remembers giving me a diet.
I'm gonna give him a Diet Mountain Dew, and he'll be like, "Thanks, man." And then when I leave, he'll be like, "Anybody want a Diet Mountain Dew?" And he'll be like, "I'll take it." And he'll be like, "Hey, you're the Diet Mountain Dew guy. You inspired this character." He'll be like, "Well, I'm a comic." No, but they did future episodes. We were talking about Wolverine died. Shocker. Sorry if you didn't know that. I don't really feel bad about it though, because you should be reading comics.
Read them.
Helps your education and story and imagination. But so they've shown these futures. So I'm like, all right, you've already shown us a future Wolverine, which you can show us a future, but then this changed it because this wasn't expected to happen, but now it is, kind of thing. Comics, they can do whatever they want. But in this picture, the Old Man Logan here is almost identical to the Welcome to the Future Wolverine in the X-Men issue. So I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully, it's just been this massively long tie-in waiting to happen. That's gonna be cool. But yeah, so those are the characters that are officially kicking over.
I'm stoked for it. We got our Peter Parker and Miles Morales in the same universe. Seems like. That's cool. I like anytime those two are together. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we haven't seen all the characters yet because there's going to be 60 new number one.
That's insane.
Yeah, which I wonder if they're literally like, oh, well, Secret War's over. Here's 20 books each week, Well, they'll probably split over 4 weeks, so.
Oh, gosh, 7 books.
That'll get you what? Math. That'll get you math. 24, give or take. Books a week, new books. So it'd be interesting. I read some other stuff about X-Men afterwards, but find it yourself, jerks.
Look it up.
We don't work for you. But no, all the new number ones are going to be taking place 8 months after Secret Wars, so it's going to be interesting to see how it ends. Find out in 4 months, 3 months, where are we at?
In the future.
Well, we got 3, so we got 2, or 4 still come in. So we got 4 more, so at least 2 more months after 4 comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so find out in the future. We'll be here, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah, wow. That's cryptic.
Yeah, so it's going to be exciting to see where it comes from. Yeah, dive right into Secret Wars, though, since we're talking about it anyways. Number 3 did come out this past week.
We'll quickly kind of go over. I didn't read everything in my full file.
Yeah, it's getting outrageous. I'm going to skip ahead to next week, I was looking to see what comes out from Marvel, and I mean, there's some other books that I'm interested in that I might pick up, I'm trying to not give in to this whole Secret Wars thing. But yeah, I was surprised there's only 1 book coming out. Hasn't been like that for a while. I think a couple months ago I had a week where nothing came out, and I was like, I don't know what to do with my life.
What do I do?
We weren't podcasting on this, so I actually had a life.
Usually around Christmas nothing comes out. Now what do I read?
Exciting stuff. But yeah, Secret Wars 3 came out, and man, what an issue.
Boy, oh boy. Remember way back when, last episode, when we said, we have all these questions.
Questions.
They instantly get resolved.
Can we spoil it? Should we spoil it?
Well, I think
do any of our listeners read?
The moratorium, I would say, since we kind of give them a week, yeah, we can spoil it because...
Yeah, screw you if you didn't.
Because, I mean, if we did the podcast on Wednesdays with comics, we do it...
We'd read just as many as we did.
A little behind the curtain, we do it on Tuesdays, our time.
Yeah, so yeah, you guys have hopefully read it. If you're going to read it, if you haven't, give yourself say 5 minutes, be safe, try to keep it under. We're at the 1 hour, 9 minute, 45 second. So, see you in 5 minutes if you're planning on reading it and don't want this. But yeah.
Secret Wars,
so we see,
number 3.
We got Doom and Doctor Strange are talking, and they're kind of hinting at something. Do we get it? I got it from here. Did you?
What?
Both of them knew beforehand?
Yeah, both of them know.
Okay, yeah, so both of them knew what happened before the two worlds collided.
That was our big question. Like, who knows? Like, do they know? Well,
yeah.
Kind of find out this issue.
It seems like it's like months before it happened, the two of them started developing this battle world. Which, if you're why name it Battle World, guys?
Yeah, because Doom has been on Battle World before in the 80s. Yeah, had to check my brain. The original sequel.
Because you're a computer.
Yeah, so he knows of Battle World and Yonder, and
yeah, so maybe they took Battle World and just kind of that was their base and pieced all the rest around it, so they left it Battle World. I don't know.
Well, in the Battle World comic, he gets cosmic godlike powers, so I don't know. Maybe he's just reminiscent. Yeah, he's reminiscent. So yeah, Strange. At one point, the leadership could have went either way, but
yeah, he says he chose not to be the god, you know. So that's cool.
But from last issue, this strange craft and some bad guys popped out. We know the Cabal, or Cable, however they want to say it.
It's Cabal. Cable has a E. Right? It's not spelled like the character Cable, which I will talk about later because he's funny in one of the books I read. But yeah, the Cabal is Thanos, Black Swan, Trix, Namor,
T-Rex,
Proxima Midnight, Maximus,
Corvus Clave,
yeah, man, this gray,
Cassius Clay?
This gray on white text is hard to read.
From far away it is. And then Ultimate Reed Richards.
Yeah, and then all those guys are from 616, and then Ultimate Reed Richards, aka the Maker.
Yeah.
So
they appeared at Battle World as well, and then there's some investigation. Keep going. Who's in their craft?
Dun, dun, dun. Miles Morales. Which, yeah, that's funny. Strange is just like, I know you're there, come out. He's like, okay, you got me, but can I come in peace? This Miles is just like, I don't know what's going on. I came to see what the bad guys were doing. I ended up here, and then Strange is like, you're telling me you remember what happened? You know, we get a little ad for Hero Box.
I don't know. I might look into it.
Yeah. superherostuff.com. You now owe us money.
$50 though is a lot.
They keep getting these like scenes, which I guess so you're like, hey, we're gonna switch what we're talking about now. Heads up, kind of things. But yeah, they got a little like one like this quiet heart of God. They got Doom and
Sue Richards.
Yeah, thanks. I couldn't remember Sue Richards or Invisible Woman or Sue Storm.
Either way. Changed it.
Is this 616?
So,
do you think it is?
I think she is. So they kind of explain a little bit later on how they were able to manipulate people into believing the world's always been this way, and it was more of a subtle kind of thing. He asked a question. Do you remember 8 years ago? I'm skipping ahead. We find out how long this gap has been. Kind of eventually. But yeah. So my guess is it is Sue Richards from 616.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence. I mean,
I think it is.
It's leaning that way. But yeah, it sounds like Doom. Sounds like she forgot about what had happened, but Doom has told her. Is what I kind of gathered.
He's told her bits and pieces. If she knew everything, she wouldn't.
Yeah. And man,
with him, I think.
Johnny Storm,
I guess, was rebelling at a certain point, and gets taken care of.
Yeah, he's the son.
He's the son
of the world, which. I mean, I wonder if he's in pain. I mean, this picture definitely looks like he is, you know, but yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, nice little moments between Doom and Invisible Woman here. You see Doom's face.
Yeah, so
on my life without seeing that.
Yeah, that's a crazy cryptic picture, but it's odd he can do so much, but he can't fix his face. In the original one, he fixed his face. There's that classic picture of him.
Yeah.
Scarred. So yeah, we
God Doom loves all men but one.
But
I wonder if we find out who that man is.
Stephen Strange takes young Miles Morales to his little home base,
Sanctum Sanctorum, which was your first trivia question.
the Isle of Agamotto, and he reveals that he has another capsule. Same.
Oh man, you got another one?
Yeah.
Those are the exact words.
And then that one just conveniently opens.
Well, the Thors open it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. It says, young Thor, if you would try to open this vessel in the same manner as the last one. It's like, I can try. The mew mew.
I just missed that part. Yeah,
That was, I think I got it. And then it opens.
Boom. So, yeah, this ties directly with issue 1. Because that was our only complaint with issue 1. Like, this seems so out of nowhere.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense now. You had to have a filler. So we got backgrounds for both stories now. It's the same story.
Mm-hmm.
But you got, right off the bat, we see 616 Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Jane Foster, She-Thor, Thor, just Thor.
No, She-Thor.
Just Thor. And
Thor
Star-Lord. Classic jokes. Banter. Hey, Peter Parker, is that you? Miles? Yeah. Oh man, best friends forever. High five. And then they're like, I'll see you guys later. We're gonna go hang out, be Spider-Man together, and that's the end of the comic.
They just hung out a little bit ago in Spider-Verse.
No, it's not. They're talking. There's a little bit of like, this part actually kind of messed with my head. I mean, it's true. It's got to be something that like they deal with on a daily basis, Basically, what we've gathered so far is Battle World is like all these different times, places, wherever other
the fragmented
words you want to put in there,
fragments, worlds,
just pieced together from all throughout the universe, all throughout time. And Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange are talking, and it's like, last thing I remember, the world was ending, and you're here, Doctor Strange, the man who disappeared months ago. What's going on? So Doom and Strange must have pieced out a couple months before the Earths collided to, save this. Then Strange is like, that depends on your answer to the question of worlds. Are you really my Captain Marvel or some other universe's version of the Carol I once knew? Better put, am I really who you think I am? Are you really you? And she's like, well, you sound like an idiot. Seems familiar. Yeah, it's like, that's something that's gotta be crazy. It's like, so wait, are you my Captain Marvel, or are you their Captain Marvel? Am I even,
I'm a little used to it because I just had that big event earlier in the Spider-Verse where you dealt with a lot of this kind of stuff, different universe numbers. So
yeah, there are a few more of us, and then crazy cool Phoenix Colossus comes out.
Colossus.
I mean, costume looks similar but different than when he first got the Phoenix power. But this dude's like on fire, smoking, like that had to have been horrible to be in a vessel with, It's like being inside a restaurant with like, someone smoking right next to you.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I think time dilation, they haven't been in there the full time. It's just been like an hour for them or a little bit.
Yeah, they've been in stasis.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Strange is like, you become the Phoenix, and Cyclops is like, the dream is immortal, Doctor. Some of us were made for resurrection, but some of us made it through better than others. Then Chell and Reed Richards comes out, and that's how we figure out they're actually from the same universe. I mean, us as readers, I think we could have pieced that together, but now it's confirmed because they use their little secret Illuminati handshake thingy. Then you find out, it's been 8 years since the worlds collided. Reed is mad at Strange, blah blah blah. He's mad now. Wait till he finds out some other stuff.
He will be mad.
Yeah, so it's a pretty crazy group of people.
I just like the final line. Well, not the final line for everything that Strange says, because the final bit is a little bit of the bad guys, but why he waits so long to.
He tells Reed that Victor is the god of the world, and Reed's mad, like, why'd you wait so long to let us out? What could you possibly matter as much? They left us buried alive. So they weren't really buried alive.
Yeah.
Like, let's get over a little.
Over dramatic.
Yeah, you lost your whole family as far as you're concerned, but let's calm down here.
Chill, Bill.
But yeah, the line.
Yeah. Kind of cryptic. It's easy to explain. Reed, he is very, very good at playing God. Doom God.
Strange looks crazy in that man too. I'm not a big fan of the floating heads that they keep doing. Sorry, artist.
Yeah, it's easier for them to do that.
Yeah, but it's lazy.
Mm.
No. Yeah,
Got
then
deadlines to make.
we jump to the Cabal, you know, they're...
Yeah, that's just a typical.
I just really hit my mic bad.
Yeah, the
What
Cabal
is she doing?
dudes, they're just by fire. What do you mean, what's she doing?
Like, is she holding that thing? At first, it looked... Is it Midnight? What her name is?
I don't know these
I don't know
dudes
the
all the way,
Cabals.
yeah.
I know Namor.
I know
That's the
some.
first mutant. Pull back to her name. Yeah, proximity, or we'll call her Midnight. Looks like she's like holding a person but smoking them. I don't know what's going on in that picture. I think it's just something strange in the neighborhood.
I knew you were gonna go there.
But yeah, the sun comes back into play because he's like, I'm pretty sure the sun is circling us and not the other way around. They're like, we need to go find answers, and Thanos is like, the answers will come to us. And how is that, Thanos? And he's like, oh, because I'm looking up and you see a bunch of the Thor Corps.
Thor Police.
Thor Corps.
Thor Corps is a better name, but I like Thor Police.
Thor Corps.
So yeah, that's the main
It's the main book.
main book. Pretty good. I like that it answered our questions. Not that we demand that, as
I do.
you do. Well, you're gonna be disappointed a lot in life.
I demand everything. Yeah,
But
no, it was cool.
Overall, I think it was a good issue. Now I'm way more invested in the Secret Wars.
Yeah, it's gonna dive deep.
Dive deep.
That's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah, and then I only read 2 other tie-ins. Spider-Verse came out a couple weeks ago, but I'm slowly reading it. And then The Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows. Spider-Verse, like I was mentioning earlier, kind of builds upon what happened with the Spider-Man event, multiple universes Spider-Man being hunted by the Inheritors. This one doesn't really touch so much about that. It's just kind of your favorites from that storyline are together. Odd thing is they don't really have any memory of meeting, so they're re-meeting again. I guess that's good for new readers. You have Spider-Man from India, Spider-Gwen, Captain Britain Spider-Man, Spider-Brit, Spider-Ham, Spider-Girl, Anya Carazona, or however you say her name. And then Spider-Man Noir's on the cover, but he wasn't in the issue. But they're just kind of piecing together things. In this world, Norman Osborn is the mayor. He says something, Doom bless you, or something like that. So there's a little bit of tie-ins to the bigger world. But other than that, it seemed very not self-contained, but a side story. And pretty interesting. First issue, though, so it wasn't big shocks in it. And then Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows. It's my favorite tie-in of the week. It's a world. This whole issue is about Peter Parker's last night being Spider-Man. This is a world where him and Mary Jane get married. They have a daughter named Annie, I believe. Could be wrong. Been different names, different incarnations. But all the heroes are disappearing for some reason. Trying to find out why. Either if they have powers, they're missing. If they don't, they're just dead. Spider-Man goes to the Avengers, and in this world, he's never been an Avenger. No one knows his secret identity. And it's revealed the rat's broken loose, and he freaks out, has to go back home, because he's afraid his number one villain's gonna attack his family, and sure enough, does. He does, and it's Venom. But the daughter I like in this because she's wearing a Daredevil onesie. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But quickly, turns out there's this big villain absorbing powers, so he's unstoppable. Kills the Avengers. Spider-Man's not with the Avengers, attacking Venom. Fights. Comes down to an abandoned building with just him and Venom. It's on fire. Collapse the building. Kills Venom. Gives up being Spider-Man. There's no other heroes in this world. So that's a cool thing. There's no heroes in this world. So from now on, it's just regular Peter Parker and his family.
Nice. So you're basically going to be reading Family Circle.
Nah, he'll be Spider-Man again.
Yeah, that's true. Nice, Frankie. Way to read some comics.
I tried to go through that fast.
I know, right? Yeah, I've got 2 non-tie-ins. All new X-Men. If I'm not mistaken, the final issue it's going to be picked back up in Uncanny X-Men 600 after Secret Wars.
Nope.
But we get dive back into Utopia. Man, I love the Utopia group. It's a lot of throwbacks to characters that we haven't seen for a little bit. There's this awesome so yeah, basically Magic and the original X-Men go to Utopia to help. Shield's like, hey, we can't go help them. Can you? You know, we're trying to let you guys be mutants. They freak out. Magic has this awesome throwback to Marvel Team Up 100, the first introduction of Karma. She's one of the Utopians, which is called, it's Karma. She possesses people, and Magic's like, look out, it's Karma. She can control you. So it's not a perfect throwback, but yeah, it cracked me up. A lot of if you're like a dedicated X-Men fan, you know, like a lot of the history, it's these Utopians. This issue specifically has been a lot of fun. So yeah, we didn't get any more gay Iceman. That's gonna pick up in Uncanny X-Men 600. Seen some panels for it, so that'll be cool. Wolverine's finished up. Basic premise of the whole series is Wolverine died. There are these other characters that are now all dead as well, so it doesn't really matter about them anymore unless they bring them back. Then you had Daken, X-23, Deathstrike, and Sabretooth as well as Mystique. Mystique had this plan throughout the whole series, you know, this is like finally it's coming together. And the whole plan was to bring Destiny, her lover, back from the dead. She died about 2 years ago in Marvel time.
Wait, who's Destiny?
Mystique's lover, the old lady. She can see the future.
She's in love with a woman?
Well, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's nothing new.
It is if you don't read X comics like me.
Yeah, so she thought she was trying to bring Destiny back alive, and then at the very end, she gets a package from Destiny that's like, you're going to be mad at me, but I'm just trying to save you, not you try to save me, and the only way to do that, she's like, the world needs a Wolverine. You're actually bringing Logan back alive. And she's like, open this portal, and you see like this like smoky like figure of Wolverine start to form, and then Mystique's like, no, I don't want to live in a world where Logan's back alive and you're not. It's between me and Logan. I said, let the world burn, and she like, it's this little crystal that's keeping the portal open, and it's now it's Secret World. Secret Wars, not Secret World. That was the one funny thing in the all new X-Men was Maria Hill was like, I'm just worried another mutant problem. No one can afford another one of those, so can you guys take care of this so there isn't one? But it's like, hey, in like a week, it's not going to matter anyways because the world's ending, so calm your butt. Years of Future Past, read it, loved it. Go read it yourself. Not going to spoil anything from it because it's great. It has nothing to do with the movie though. I'll give you that ahead of them. And then what I think is going to be the sleeper of Secret Wars, and by sleeper I mean everyone probably going to read it.
I'm jealous
Scotty
of this
Young.
book. I love Scotty Young. I don't know why I didn't get this.
Little giant size Marvel, Avengers vs. X-Men. He did AVX Baby, A Babies vs. X Babies right after AVX.
He wrote it. He didn't do the art. That's why when I saw that. He did the cover for it, but the art was somebody else.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same universe where I just love that this has been pieced into Battle World. Like, what was Doom and Strange thinking when they pulled this one?
I don't know if they just go ahead and talk right now. I don't know if they pick and choose things. I think they were just trying to fix what they could.
Just kind of pulling what they could.
Yeah, I think Doom wasn't necessarily evil in his actions.
Yeah, it takes place on Avenger Street and X-Men Way. That's where this whole world. There's like literally a song intro as if it was like a cartoon or something. So that was pretty funny. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like Ed and Eddie and stuff, like just kids trying stuff. But yeah, it's really funny. Iceman is selling ice cream, and Toad and Bob are like, I'm hungry, and then the two Avengers and X-Men keep going back and forth with one-upping each other until it gets just outrageous. Iron Man has a food truck, which is automatically makes food, and they make it rain on him and stuff. Cyclops keeps making eye jokes, and everyone, he's like, it's an eye for an eye. And everyone's just like, I don't get it. He's like, my name's Cyclops. I'm like, I don't get it. It's like, it's a pun. Like, it happens 3 or 4 times in this book. And they're just giving Cyclops a lot of crap. Spider-Gwen's in it as a baby. Kind of throws me off because she's not an Avenger, to my knowledge. So she shouldn't be in this book.
So strict the rule are with you.
But yeah, Iron Man's like, hey, I haven't seen you around here before. And she's like, I'm new. He's like, would you like to be my date for the movies tonight? Which babies don't date either. Scotty Young, do your research. She's like, I would not like that at all. It's like, what? Why not? She's like, because you're a kid and you have a mustache and a goatee. It's like a creep. So they get back and forth. You know, they destroy the food truck. There's this amazing splash page that I would love to have as a poster of them fighting each other.
That is cool.
The Cable joke. Baby Cable and Bishop are just like firing things. They're like, isn't that dangerous? Like, we replaced them with lights. They're just like laser pointers, anyways. They're like, Cable's like, I'm from the future. It's just shooting lasers, and Bishop's like, me too, and shooting stuff. Cyclops and Captain America must get run over by a MU haul truck. They're like, hey, someone moved into the old Reed's house? I don't know. The old Richards house, yeah, there we go. That's what his name is, Reed Richards. They're like, whoa, check it out. Oh, Wolverine's like, what do Bubs think? Mutants or some science freak? And Star, whoa, check it out. It's twins, and then they're both like, twins, super cool. We could use a set of twins, dibs. Which is, a joke we talked about a little bit with the movie that Wanda and Petor, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver have been both X-Men camp and Avengers camp. So, yeah.
So overall, is that your favorite tie-in of the week?
So far, yeah. I mean, obviously I got love for the X-Men books, the tie-ins so far, but this is great. I mean, it's going to be a fun read all the way through.
Yeah, if they have another one, I might get that one. It looks good.
Yeah, we're playing dodgeball in the next one based on the cover. Love monsters, or where monsters dwell. Food, word.
The original X-Babies versus X-Men, the whole fight was over Captain America's missing Bucky Barnes bear.
Yeah. Yeah, these are great.
They're great.
Scotty Young, genius. Alright, so I already said next week Inferno, Marvel. The Mantle 2 comes out. Excited to see where that goes. That's the guy that hates you.
Mm-hmm, that guy. Batman comes out with the new, Batman.
Iron Man, Batman.
The
Iron Batman.
Convergence is over. We didn't really talk about it because I didn't read it, but from what I understand, all the DC worlds exist now. It's not just one or two. They're all copacetic, and it's a good time to jump back into DC.
Or just go to the store and buy a bag of licorice.
Black licorice.
No. Yeah, I've got Inferno. Like I said, there's a few other Secret Wars I might pick up, but those the Mantle and Inferno are the only two things I know for sure I'm picking up. I would pick up Secret War journals because the last one was pretty good, but I don't think this one has anything to do with characters I'm interested in, so I'll pass it up. Same with Battle World, I think comes out. I might pass that one too. The last one was great.
See how I'm feeling. What's available on Friday or Wednesday, whenever I go.
Yeah, we're hitting that point. So, Frankie, get the trivia ready.
Dun, dun,
I'll start the plugs. I realized last week I shortened myself to the point in the actual audio. I didn't on the text of the audio though, because I was like, I don't remember what I was at, but before we started, I was like, all right, it's 3 to 5. Let's start the questions. You got 1 right. I got 2 right. But then I'm like, all right, I guess it's 4 to 6. see who takes the lead. Yeah. So the internet, social network stuff. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/FranklyDoneNetwork. On the Twitter @TheFranklyDone. On the Instagram.
The French Instagram.
Frankly Done Network. And of course, our home on the web, franklydone.com, where you can also find links to our newest addition to the Frankly Done Network, The Real Movie Reviews by I had to think about what he actually did. No. The Real Movie Reviews by Ben. See, I don't know. I need to ask him if he wants to say his last name or not. But yeah, good friend Ben doing the movie reviews for us, doing all kinds of other movie reviews. He had a bunch go up. This past week it was nothing that would tie into our stuff. But like I said, if you like movies, worth looking at. His link to his website can be found on our website at our newest section, which is getting a slow start, but this just in. It's great. See, you got a review for the Entourage is up. movie featuring Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Good friend of the show. That might actually be up. I might lie to you. He does do one though. Yeah. Frankie, trivia, you got it?
Yep.
You ready for it?
Yep. True or false? The Asgardian Frigga is the leader of the Warriors 3.
Well, Frigga featured in, as far as we're concerned, the Legends pack.
Well, we have to confirm that. I think she is.
I'll just say true because I have no idea.
No, it's false. Frigga is the wife of Odin.
Really?
Yeah, she's in the movie. Thor's mom.
I guess, yeah. I knew that. I thought she was going to be the for us for a while.
Yeah, a lot.
I'll take that hit. Alright, so, well, yeah, so officially before this we were at 5 to 6. I guess it's still 5 to 6. Alright, this is the one I'm not sure you're going to know.
I don't know.
I didn't know it. What is the name of the living sentinel planet that eventually joined the Nova Corps?
Oh, boy. I don't know. Star Prime.
Ego, the living planet.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know much about Nova Corps, but I had no idea about that.
Okay. Who briefly took the mantle of Captain America from Steve Rogers before becoming U.S. agent when Rogers reclaimed his role?
Wait, this person became U.S. agent, or Steve Rogers became U.S. agent?
No, this person. No, this one's easy because there's actually multiple choice.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I got confused earlier on with this, but so yeah, he was Captain America, but then once Captain America came back, it's like, no, I want to be U.S. agent. So we got, you'll get this.
So U.S. agent's answered.
No.
Yeah. He became U.S. agent after.
I know, but his secret identity? Okay.
It's not wrong.
You're not wrong, but you're gonna get this because it's easy. Okay. A. Bucky Barnes. B. Sam Wilson. Or C. John Walker.
Now forget
I know.
Bucky Barnes is not. I'll take that loss.
No, yeah, it's John Walker.
John Walker.
I thought it would be easy because the other guys you knew, and you just didn't know John Walker, so I figured
the other guys have also all been Captain America.
Yeah, but they haven't been U.S. agent.
Well, I don't know much about Bucky Barnes. He could have been U.S. agent at some point.
Nope.
See, my head, I was like, alright, so he becomes Winter Soldier and it's Captain America. So they'd be like, yeah, I'll be.
You know, it's so weird. I still haven't got an X-Men question to give to you.
I know. Alright. This one, I don't know. Maybe you'll miss this one too. I would know this one, but that's because I'm an idiot and investing too much time into some of these characters. What was the name of the team led by the Black Widow that also included Hercules, Ghost Rider, Angel, and Iceman?
I know this one. I just knew this one. Not the Defenders. It's, dang it. Because I just watched the top 10 weirdest heroes.
Hero teams or just heroes?
The hero teams, I should say. Led by Black Widow. We're gonna. Man, as soon as you say it, I'm gonna know it, but yeah, I don't know it.
Champions.
Yep.
Yeah. Love that series line. I just got it all recently. That was probably last year at the Comic Con at Cincinnati.
The Champions!
The original Comic Con. I won't say which one.
So we stalemated?
So we stalemated. That's good for me. Yeah, so 5 to 6, you're still winning.
Is there an end to this, or are we just going to keep going?
Well, we'll eventually run out of questions. Okay. I guess we could ask the same questions. They probably won't know them by that point. I don't know how many different questions there are here. Maybe at that point, fans will send us in questions, but that would be kind of unfair because people would read them beforehand. One of us would. Yeah. Speaking of which, we did get, I don't know if I know I talked to you about it. I don't know if I ever mentioned it online. We got one person feedback that called me out about my X-Men knowledge. Do you remember me talking about that on the air?
No, let's bookmark it for next week. We'll go into it.
Well, no. So they called me out on it. And yeah, like,
we're not computers.
Here's your point. Here's my point to the question is, I knew the answer to your question. but there's no way to me prove that I didn't just look it up for this podcast. So
Oh, so they asked you a question?
they're like, yeah, if you're an expert, then who is this character? Which I was like, all right, it's Kramer Taggart's son. Good job, But there's no proof that I didn't just look that up anyways. But so there you go. I guess I could have gone on a whole rant to him, like, actually, first appeared in this. But still, no proof that I couldn't just look that up. So
read a Wikipedia page.
Appreciate the feedback, man, but don't challenge Galactus.
You should have led with this.
I just thought of it right now.
Okay.
All right,
Well, I've been Frankie.
I've been Daniel.
Insert catchphrase.
Who is so ignorant as to confront Galactus?